Oh, hi. Hi, guys. For those... Didn't even see you there. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, Sasquatch enthusiast. You heard me right. Club sandwich enthusiast, mac and cheese enthusiast, donut enthusiast. Fucking fight you in the streets over a donut. I swear to God. It wouldn't even take that much of it. You wouldn't even have to like poke and prod me. Just be like, there's a donut in the street. And you gotta fight this person for it and be like, when and where? For those of you that have never been here before, this is the free weekly reading. This is where I pull 3 piles of cards. You choose any and all that you're drawn to. Normally, first I start with something I call astrofuckery. But this week, I gotta go to Boston. I still got shit to do. So I'm gonna cut it short and just pull 3 piles of cards to help you guys with the week ahead. I won't be here on Friday or Saturday for the Messages of Hope. Again, I'll be in Boston. Happily so, seeing family. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. So yeah, follow me to the next screen. I hope you guys are excited to get yelled at about what your week's gonna look like, because I'm so excited to yell at you. Okay, I can't wait. See you guys in a second. Bye. And if you guys pick card pile number 1, here's your cards. Your first one is the Page of Swords. Second card is the 6 of Coins. And your final card is a major arcana card, talking about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You got the Chariot. So guys, I want to say this week, this could have a couple interpretations. With the Page of Swords here, this is going to talk about like having like surveillance around a situation, like vigilance, maybe even like situational awareness. And usually with the Page here, this can talk about a female your age or younger showing up in the scene. So I would say that there's either like a younger female that's either like looking at you or watching you right now. And also gender can be thrown out the window. It could be male or female. Traditionally, it's a female, but it can be either or. But somebody younger has been watching like your shit, or like we have been looking out at our situation lately. And with the 6 of Coins, this talks about like generosity, abundance, philanthropy, like prosperity in like every single fucking sense of the form. We have enough that we can give back to others. So there's something beautiful happening here. Look, this can be information. This can be actual like physical resources like lumber or tile or like do you know, clothing or like actual homes or something. It's got to be something tangible that we can touch. Or even too, like the coins here can even just talk about like literal money, or talk about like energy, time, whatever resources here that we need in order to like complete stuff or get stuff done. We have enough of something to offer other people help this week. And with the Chariot, this talks about like, once we have a direction, the horses are fucking off. We find victory and success, but we got to find that clarity first. This card talks about like quest, illumination, self-discovery. So there's also something here this week I want to say, either like we're keeping an eye out for prosperity and abundance literally falling in our lap this week. Something beautiful is about to show up. This can talk about like literal money. This can talk about like resources. Maybe even the Chariot too. I found that this usually stands for like our cars. So maybe somebody's gifting you a car this week. Maybe it's an inheritance that's coming through. This can even talk about like situational awareness, like this is about somebody else watching you this week. Maybe they're watching what you're doing with your money. So maybe don't post everything that you're doing with your money up, or like maybe keep it more private, because maybe people are being judgy kind of here. But I want to say for the most part, or maybe people are saying like, look what she does with her money. Like even if they have extra, they, you know, maybe don't have a whole lot of extra, but with whatever extra they have, they make sure that they help people and they're incredible. There might be like some reward and or recognition with that too this week. But guys, I feel like this more has to do with like you keeping an eye out. So maybe even too, we go play some scratchers this week, or we play the lotto or something. We decide to throw our hat in, you know, in with everybody else and see what the fuck if we can win something. But guys, either way this week, if you got card pile number 1, there's a beautiful feeling that like some kind of beautiful abundance is coming your way, either by inheritance. Maybe this is like falling out of the sky. But I want to say here, with the 6 of Coins and the Chariot, this is like actual work that we've done. So again, this is something that is tangible and something that we've been working towards. It's something that comes through for us this week that maybe we've been waiting on big time. All we got to do is keep an eye out, keep watching the situation. And when the opportunity arises this week, no matter what the fuck is happening and is on deck for you, when an opportunity arises and it feels like fucking amazeballs or it's something we've been waiting on, hold on to the back of that fucking train and do not let it go. Fucking right. If you guys got card pile number 2, here's your beautiful cards. Your first one is the 2 of Wands. Your second card is the 7 of Swords. And your final card is the 10 of Cups. Let's fucking talk about it. I think this is a really interesting card pull. To me, this kind of says, like, long story short with card pile number 2. 2 of Wands is like new ambitions, new hopes, new dreams. We're like, ooh, we're getting fucking excited about shit we got going on. We've been thinking about stuff for a while, but it's still not time to take action yet. So we really can't take action, or you're being advised right now to sit on your fucking hands. This is more about like coming up with the ideas, creating like solutions here, creating ideas here, thinking up of new, fun, ambitious stuff to do. Something that like gets us moving and shaking. With Wands here, this is like passion, like literal spirit. With the 7 of Swords, this is like, this can talk about like affairs. This can talk about deceit. You can feel like somebody's like stolen something from you. This could even talk about like risks, like the risks that we got to take. And guys, with the 10 of Cups, this is like, this is our joy, our wish, our ease, our fulfillment. This is love and abundance. This is like a wish fulfilled. And like we are at the end of a cycle here. Something has come to fruition and it is fucking gorgeous. So I feel like if you got card pile number 2 this week is what I want to say to you. If you got plans and things that you want to do, now is not the time to act. Pump the fucking brakes. It's not your time to take a risk yet. I want to say with the 10 of Cups here, I'm looking around the month of October, or maybe around the 10th of a month. So I want to say, I know we're still on kind of, so what is today? I think today is the 12th. I think today's the 12th. So I know that full moon was on the 10th. I mean, we're still within like, you know, a couple days here, you know, so if you guys want to start something right now, you can, if you want to take that action. But guys, I got a feeling here with the 10 of Cups, this is more or less saying October is the time to act. So another interpretation of this could be that like maybe some kind of information has kind of risen to the top here. With the 2 of Wands, we can't take action on it yet. Maybe we found out about a deception, or maybe somebody backstabbed us, maybe somebody stole something to us, maybe there was some kind of deceit or affair or lie. And with the 10 of Cups, we're looking to kind of free ourselves here. Maybe even emotionally. Maybe finding this information gives us, somehow it sets us free. It lets us start like planning for the future and new things that we want to do, but we know we can't act yet. Maybe on this information, around this happiness. Maybe we've got to wait until October for a better opportunity to show up here and like take actual action on it. So I want to say, if you got card pile number 2, if you got any risk on the table this week and you immediately are feeling like, oh, I got a boot scoot, I got to do this right fucking now, fucking pump the brakes. Continue to keep coming up with ideas. I feel like we need more information with Swords here. And again, like we don't have all that we need, or maybe somebody's is holding back a piece of information, or it just feels like right now is not the time to act. We're going to have to wait until October, and there's going to be a much better opportunity to launch whatever the fuck this is, whether this is a relationship, a job, maybe this is maybe a whole company that you're coming up with here. But whatever's on par for you guys, like just know it's going to be good. Wait till October. Right now, pump the fucking brakes. We don't have to do this right now. We still need more information. The risk will be worth it. These new opportunities will be worth it. We just got to wait for the right timing. And finally, if you guys pulled card pile number 3, here's your beautiful cards. Your first one is the 5 of Swords. Your second card is the Knight of Swords. And your final card is the Queen of Swords. All right, so let's fucking talk about it. So, all right, so there's 2 ways that we can interpret this. Either this can talk about people showing up in the scene this week and what we got to deal with, or the energy that we need to take on. Now, long story short with this is really just kind of saying, this is in terms of like the people that are showing up in the scene this week. This Queen of Swords is kind of cold. She's not very emotional. She really doesn't like, this is about being logical and practical, taking the rose-colored glasses off, talking about the honest truth of a situation, just looking at it fucking bluntly, and she'll tell you bluntly, this isn't the person that we go to for hugs and kisses, do you feel? Now, with the Knight of Swords here, this is going to usually be like a younger male, like your age or younger. This guy is kind of immature. He's very excited about the next best thing. Like, he's just always off, flitting around. constantly in communication, always on to the next most exciting thing. He's all fucking over the place. This guy is very courageous though. You know, he's got to take brave action. The only problem is like, he's got to pump the fucking brakes. So he has a tendency to like jump ahead of himself or rush ahead and like do things. And with the Five of Swords, this is asking, is this self-determination or is this self-destruction? So I want to say, if this has to do with people this week, maybe this... This kind of has a feeling to me that like with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords that like maybe this is a mother dealing with her teenage son. And this is just kind of saying like, look, if this is you and you're having to deal with like a teenage son or a younger son, we're dealing with this younger male here that maybe is just a little crazy. Maybe he's not thinking before he's acting. There might be a question mark around like ADHD with him. Maybe we're getting him to the doctor this week and getting him checked out. Maybe we're just having a fight or having issues with our teenage or younger son. And we're just figuring out like, what the fuck do we do with this? Maybe am I fighting myself with the things that I'm trying here? It just feels like this has been a situation of, is this self-destruction or self-determination? So I want to say to any moms out there dealing with like a younger son, you're dealing with the situation with him this week. I feel like this card pile is saying, don't give up on him. This is self-determination. Maybe what we need here is to just take a step back, take the rose-colored glasses off, or stop getting so emotionally into this in terms of like our fears, worries, anxieties. Step back for a second. Look at this situation rationally. What can we do here rationally to help logically, practically, to really help this kid kind of balance out here? Maybe help him to slow down and start thinking about the choices that he's making, because maybe this is making things harder for him and his choices this week, question marks. Maybe this can even be talking about like somebody at work. Maybe there's an important female figure here, a boss, somebody that's kind of nitpicky, that's just kind of like, you know, just fucking nitpicking at all of our shit, micromanaging us. And it's saying this week, like, just make sure don't pop off with this person. Before you go to say something, chill the fuck out, maybe get somebody else in there, a third party to help with the situation. It's really just kind of saying like, be brave and courageous in what you say here, but don't rush ahead or else this is going to suck. And this conversation might be helpful towards this relationship if we're speaking about the things that are pissing us off, hurting us here, or not being fucking helpful. Don't be afraid to speak on the things that are important. Do it with grace, poise, respect, and be logical, practical, rational as much as you can. Final thing I want to say, if this is the energy that we got to take on this week, this card pile makes me feel like I want to tell you, do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. This whole situation is asking just for a different perspective around it. So if things aren't moving along the way that you want, you're going to have to take brave action. We're going to have to face our fears and our worries that are holding us back here. And we're going to have to take off the rose-colored glasses in terms of like maybe what we were expecting from this person, from this situation, whatever the fuck is happening here. Step back for a second. Look at this rationally, logically, practically. No more potential situation. What are we actually looking at here? And it's also telling you don't rush ahead in terms of like solutions or what we got to do. This is about taking our time, finding a solution, going slowly, taking our fucking time here, and just making sure we're doing this like bit by bit, piece by piece, step by step. Because guys, with all these swords, it wants to move quickly, it wants to move fast. This is air. This is air and air signs. So also too this week, the people on board might be air signs. They might be Libras, Geminis, Aquariuses. So don't be surprised we got like, or we're just very much in our heads this week. So again, I want to tell you if this is the energy we got to take on, look at it logically, practically, rationally. Take those rose-colored glasses off. Remember, this is self-determination. So look at this from a different perspective. Get the fear, the worry, the anxiety out of here. Focus on what you can do. Do not give up. You fucking got this. All right, you guys, I hope to God that was helpful. Any and all feedback helps me to grow. Middle fingers for no, caw for fucking yes. All right, you guys, thank you so much again, always for letting me have the space to do the work that I love to do. I love you guys. Remember, I won't be here on Thursday or Friday. I will be back next week, sending all my love from Boston. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.